Free travel perks seniors are missing. Airlines won't tell you. If you're 60 or older and you've taken even one flight in the last year, I can almost guarantee you left money on the table. Not a little money. We're talking hundreds of dollars in free perks that were right there waiting for you, built into the airline's own system, and nobody said a word. That's not an accident. Airlines, airports, and even hotels have policies designed specifically for senior travelers. Free upgrades, waived fees, priority services that can turn a miserable travel day into something genuinely comfortable. But here's the problem. They don't advertise any of it. Why would they? Every time a senior passenger claims one of these perks, it costs the company money. So they keep it quiet. They bury it in the fine print, and they count on the fact that most people over 60 will never think to ask. Well, today that changes. In this video, we're going through 8 travel perks you can get for free starting on your very next trip. And perk number 6 could save you over $1,000 on a single journey with one phone call before you leave home. But first, tap that like button and hit subscribe so you never miss another insider travel tip made for travelers like you. Let's get into it. Perk number 1. Free seat upgrades by asking at the right time. You've been there. You're crammed into a middle seat in row 34, knees pressed against the seat in front of you, and you can see empty seats with extra legroom just a few rows ahead. Those seats cost $40 to $80 to select online. But what most travelers don't realize is that airline gate agents are authorized to reseat senior passengers in extra legroom rows, bulkhead seats, or front of cabin seats when they go unclaimed. The key is timing. Walk up to the gate agent about 15 minutes before boarding starts and say this: "I'm over 60 and I was wondering if there are any more comfortable seats available at no extra charge." If they say no, you've got a second chance. After the cabin doors close, ask a flight attendant. Empty seats get reassigned after boarding all the time, and flight attendants have the final say. That's a $40 to $80 upgrade for $0. Perk number 2. Free wheelchair and personal escort service through the airport. If you've ever had a tight connection at a massive airport, you know the stress. Terminal changes, long corridors, security checkpoints, and your gate always seems to be the one furthest away. What most seniors don't know is that every major airport offers a free wheelchair and personal escort service, and you don't need a medical condition or a doctor's note to use it. This is required by law under accessibility regulations in the United States, the European Union, and most international airports. You can request it when you book your ticket at check-in or simply by asking at any airport help desk. Here's what to say. "I'd like to request wheelchair assistance to my gate, please." The escort doesn't just push you to the gate. In many airports, they take you through expedited security lines and staff-only shortcuts that shave 20 minutes off your walk. A small tip of $3 to $5 for the escort is customary, but the service itself is completely free. You go from stressed and rushing to calm and seated at your gate with time to spare. Perk number 3. Senior discounts on flights that don't show up online. This one surprises almost everyone. You go to an airline's website, you type in your dates, you compare prices, and you assume you're seeing every available fare. You're not. Several major airlines still offer senior fares, typically for travelers 65 and older, sometimes 60 and older, but these discounts almost never appear on the website. They don't show up on Google Flights. They don't show up on Expedia or Kayak. The only way to get them is to pick up the phone and call the airline directly. American Airlines, United, and Southwest have all offered senior fares through their phone reservation lines. International carriers like British Airways and Iberia run age-based discounts on select routes, particularly for off-peak travel. The savings aren't small either. We're talking 10 to 15% off the published fare, which on a $600 ticket means $60 to $90 back in your pocket before you've even packed your suitcase. Here's exactly what to say when you call. "I'm over 60 and I'm looking at flights on these dates. Do you have any senior fares or age-based discounts available for this route?" One quick tip: call midweek, early in the morning. Agents have more time, fewer calls in the queue, and more flexibility to search for discounts. Now, To be honest, senior fares aren't always the cheapest option. Sometimes a sale price or promotional fare beats them, so always compare before you book. But the point is, you can't compare if you don't know the senior fare exists, and now you do. Perk number 4. Free checked baggage on select carriers. If you've flown recently, you already know checked bag fees have gotten out of control. $35 each way on domestic flights, $50 to $75 on international routes. For a round trip, that's $70 to $150 just to bring your luggage. But here's something most seniors never hear about. Some airlines waive or reduce baggage fees for senior passengers, particularly on international flights. Carriers like Avianca and LATAM have internal courtesy policies for older travelers on certain routes. Several Middle Eastern and Asian airlines offer similar accommodations as part of their senior service programs. At check-in, try this. I'm a senior traveler. Do you offer any complimentary baggage allowances or fee waivers for passengers over 60? Even when there's no formal policy on paper, it's still worth asking. Check-in agents often have discretionary override codes that let them waive a bag fee on the spot. It's not guaranteed every time, but the ask takes 30 seconds and the savings on a round trip could be $60 to $150. That's real money for half a minute of your time. Perk number 5, free or discounted airport lounge access. Picture this. Your flight is delayed 3 hours. You're stuck in a crowded terminal. Every seat is taken. The only food nearby is a $18 soggy sandwich. Kids are screaming. Your phone is at 12% and every outlet is being used. Now picture this instead. A quiet room with soft chairs, free coffee and hot food, clean bathrooms, fast Wi-Fi, maybe even a shower. That's what an airport lounge feels like. And most seniors think it's only for first-class passengers or business travelers. It's not. Many airport lounges offer discounted day passes for older travelers. And during flight delays or overnight connections, airlines will sometimes give complimentary lounge access to senior passengers as a courtesy. You just have to ask for it. Next time you're stuck at the airport, walk up to the airline help desk and say this: I'm over 60 and my flight has been delayed. Is there any lounge access or courtesy service available while I wait? You'd be surprised how often they say yes. Airports like London Heathrow, Istanbul, and Singapore Changi even have lounges with special senior pricing. And here's something a lot of travelers over 60 don't realize. If you have a travel credit card, you might already have free lounge access and not even know it. Cards like the Chase Sapphire Reserve, the Amex Platinum, and the Capital One Venture X come with priority pass memberships that get you into over 1,300 lounges worldwide. Check your card benefits before your next trip. You might already be carrying a lounge pass in your wallet. Now, perk number 6. This is the one I mentioned at the start of the video. The one that could save you over $1,000 on a single trip. Free travel insurance that's already on your credit card. Most seniors don't buy travel insurance because the quotes are steep. For travelers over 60, a single trip policy can cost $150 to $400. So most people skip it and hope for the best. But here's what almost nobody knows. Many credit cards, not just the fancy ones, already include travel insurance, trip cancellation coverage, lost baggage protection, even emergency medical coverage when you're abroad. It's built right into the card. The catch is you have to pay for your trip with that card, and you have to know the coverage exists so you can actually use it. Before your next trip, call the number on the back of your card and say this: I'm traveling soon and I paid for my flight with this card. Can you tell me what travel insurance and medical coverage is included? Ask if your age or any pre-existing conditions affect the coverage. One of our viewers, a retired teacher from Ohio, had a medical emergency in Portugal last year. The hospital bill was over $2,800 because she had booked her flight with her Sapphire card and made one phone call before her trip. Her card covered the entire bill. Every penny. That's not a coupon. That's not 10% off a sandwich. That is $2,800 saved because of a single phone call that took 5 minutes. Perk number 7, free companion seating and special assistance requests. This one matters more than most people think. Say you're flying with your spouse, or maybe your adult daughter is coming along to help with your bags and your medication. You go to select your seats online and the airline wants $25 per seat per person per flight just to sit together. On a round trip, that's $100 just to be next to the person you're traveling with. So you skip it and hope for the best. You get to the gate, you board the plane, and now you're in row 14 and your companion is in row 31. For a 2-hour flight, that's annoying. For a 9-hour international flight, that's a real problem. Especially if you need help getting up, managing medication, or just feeling safe and comfortable during a long journey. Here's what most seniors never find out. Most airlines have accessibility and courtesy policies that allow senior passengers to request companion seating at no charge. But they only apply it when you ask. The United States Department of Transportation requires airlines to make reasonable accommodations for passengers who need assistance during a flight. If you're over 60 and you're traveling with someone who helps you, whether that's with bags, mobility, medication, or just general support, you qualify under these rules. The European Union has similar protections under Regulation EC 1107 from 2006. This means the policy is already in the system, it's already approved. The airline just waits for you to bring it up. Here's what to say when you call to book or when you get to the check-in counter. I'm over 60 and my companion assists me during travel. Can we be seated together under your courtesy or accessibility policy? That one sentence can save you $100 and hours of stress. But companion seating is just the beginning of what you can ask for under this same umbrella. You can request pre-boarding together so you both have time to settle in. You can ask for connection assistance during layovers, which means an agent meets you at the gate and helps you both get to your next flight. And at some airports, you can even request a meet and greet service at your destination, where someone is waiting when you land to help with bags and guide you through the terminal. All of this is free. All of it is already built into the airline's policies, and none of it shows up unless you say something. Think about the difference. On one hand, you and your companion are split across the cabin, rushing through a connecting airport alone, arriving exhausted with no help in sight. On the other hand, you make one phone call, say one sentence, and you're seated together, escorted through your connection, and met at the gate when you land. Same flight, same ticket, same price. The only difference is you asked. Perk number 8, free TSA pre-check. Screening for seniors 75 and older. If you've been through airport security recently, you know the drill. Take off your shoes, pull out your laptop, remove your belt, empty your pockets, put everything in separate bins, then stand in a line that barely moves while you balance on one foot trying to get your shoes back on. It's exhausting. But if you're 75 or older, you get to skip almost all of that. The TSA has a published policy that gives travelers 75 and older modified screening at United States airports. That means you keep your shoes on, you keep your light jacket on, your laptop stays in your bag. You walk through the scanner and you're done. No extra bins, no fumbling, no stress. You don't have to sign up for anything. You don't have to pay a fee. It happens automatically when the agent checks your boarding pass and sees your date of birth. If you're between 60 and 74, it's still worth getting official TSA pre-check or global entry. Pre-check costs $85 for 5 years. Global entry costs $100 and includes pre-check plus faster customs when you fly back into the country. And here's the part most people miss. Many of the same credit cards we talked about earlier, the Chase Sapphire Reserve, the Amex Platinum, the Capital One Venture X, will reimburse that fee automatically. Call your card company and say this: does my card reimburse the TSA pre-check or global entry application fee? If yes, you just got 5 years of faster security for free. But we're not done yet. I promised you 8 perks. Here are 3 more as a bonus. First, Hotel senior rates. Major chains like Marriott, Hilton, Best Western, and IHG offer senior discounts that almost never show up on their websites or booking apps. Call the hotel directly and ask. The savings are usually 10 to 15% off the standard rate. On a 5-night stay at $150 a night, that's up to $112 back in your pocket. Second, rental car senior discounts. Companies like Avis, Hertz, and Budget offer age-based discounts or partner with AARP to give members reduced rates. An AARP membership costs $16 a year and pays for itself on a single rental. Third, free travel assistance hotlines. Many countries run free phone lines specifically to help tourists, including seniors with emergencies, lost documents, or medical referrals. Spain has a dedicated tourism helpline. Japan's National Tourism Organization operates a multilingual assistance hotline. These numbers are free to call and can be a lifeline when you're far from home and something goes wrong. That's 11 ways to travel better. And every single one of them is free or nearly free. You just have to know to ask. Act 6. Free travel perks. Seniors are missing. Airlines won't tell you. Now let's step back for a moment. Think about everything we just covered. Free seat upgrades, free wheelchair escort service, senior fares that don't show up online, waived baggage fees, lounge access during delays, travel insurance already sitting on your credit card, companion seating at no charge, pre-check screening without paying a dime, hotel discounts, rental car savings, and free emergency hotlines when you're traveling abroad. 11 perks. And here's what every single one of them has in common. They already exist. They're already in the system. They're already written into the airline's policies, the airport's regulations, and your credit card's fine print. The only thing standing between you and every one of these benefits is a simple question. That's it. Not a secret code, not a membership, not a loophole, a question. And I want to be honest with you about something. Not every tip will work every single time. Policies change. Some agents know about these programs and some don't. What works on one airline might not be available on another. What's offered in one country might not apply in the next. But here's what I know for sure. The worst thing that can happen when you ask is they say no. And the best thing that can happen could save you hundreds of dollars, hours of stress, or turn an exhausting travel day into one of the most comfortable trips you've ever taken. That's a trade worth making every single time. So here's what I want to know from you. Which of these perks are you going to try on your next trip? Have you ever asked for something at an airport and been completely surprised by the answer? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one, and I'd love to hear your story. And if you've got a travel tip of your own, something that saved you money or made a trip easier, share that too. The best tips from our viewers might just end up in our next video. Now, if you know someone over 60 who has a trip coming up, do them a favor. Send them this video. It takes 2 seconds, and it could save them real money on their very next flight. Give this video a like if it helped you, and share it with a fellow traveler who deserves to know what's out there. And if you want to know the hotel perks seniors are missing, including one trick that can get you a free room upgrade at check-in, make sure you're subscribed. That video's coming soon, and trust me, you don't want to miss it.